I would like to invite Parivar ke Bade, Salil Singhal sir, Chairman Emeritus Secure Meters.
My respected Amma, such a delight to have you here. My family members, but most of all, a lot of friends who are here. Many of you have traveled long distances, all the way around the globe to be here with us. My heartiest and warmest greetings and welcome to you. Many of our friends who are in the business with us from around the country are also here. The presence here of so many of you from so many parts of the world demonstrates your affection and your connection with Secure Meters. So first and foremost, I seek the blessings of God that He blesses us all for whatever we do in life and as we move ahead. In my understanding, there is nothing successful without grace. And that is what I say to begin with. So ladies and gentlemen, how do I explain the third space? But before I explain that, let me go into a little background. The whole concept of third space actually originated from the thinking of what our late father was. He was a scientist through and through. I do not know how many of you are aware, but he was a first-class first in chemistry from the University of Allahabad, which was that time the topmost university of this country. And he had a very scientific mind. And it is God's grace that he could not appear for his examination for the Indian Civil Services because of a typhoid attack, and which sort of fate brought him to Rajasthan and got him to start business. And that's where the seeds were sown in the late 40s, early 50s. And what you see here as on date is the culmination of what he planted. But as I said, he was a totally science-driven man. I recollect that in our very, very small, frugal laboratory of chemicals, which was his first love, he wanted the team to develop a particular molecule which was already discovered. But he had taken a license to manufacture, and we were tying up the know-how with another company. But he said it takes 3 years to get a license, so why can't we develop it ourselves? The classic fact was not that he developed it with the team he had, but the classic fact was that whenever those team of chemists will come to his office, he was able to perceive, capture and understand exactly what was happening in the lab. He never got off his chair to go there to look at what was being done, but could tell them, now you could look at doing this way, that way. We succeeded and we made the cheapest product in that molecule. That was his scientific mind. I remember even in day-to-day conversations, problems, complex or simple, always went through his analytical mind. So that has been the background which inspired Sanjay, who's the scientist amongst the three of us. And he said, we want to do something which will pay tribute to him and his scientific mindset. And what you have seen today is really the culmination of that thought so passionately presented here by Sanjay, Shivani, Ananya, and the family. And to my mind, there could not be a better tribute. Now, what is this third space about? And I think you said something, you can do what you like. So for some, and for many, and for all, it could be a recreation center. For some, for all, it could be a science center. Or it could be a science museum. And of course, without questions, there are presentations where you can also resolve your scientific curiosity. That's what third space is expected to present to those who go around it. Ladies and gentlemen, I look back, say, 5 decades ago. It was all about knowledge is power. And in my recollection, I know the Japanese trading companies, the Korean trading companies would travel to distant countries with a fax machine or a telex machine. They would know the prices of cocoa, wheat, sugar, commodities, metals. In distant places, 50 years ago, places were distant, not today. What were they in Latin America, in Africa, in Southeast Asia? Buy the products and trade them at much higher prices to those who needed it. Knowledge was power. But technology has destroyed that power. Today, the power is in the hands of each one of us, whosoever wishes to exercise that power of learning. So technology now is taking the next turn. How this knowledge can really be used, in what manner, by whom, and in fact, posing serious challenges on the one hand, and of course, millions of solutions on the other. From the wars that the technology runs, to the medical benefits that technology has provided, to the conveniences to human living technology has provided, this is the real sea change. And in this center, the effort is to capture all this. What technology is about, what it does, how it can help, and where it can take us. So, ladies and gentlemen, once again, let me very warmly welcome each one of you for taking the efforts to be here. And I thank you very much for being here, going around and encouraging us all, and to allow and see the dream of my father coming through in this large edifice, which has been a CSR effort of Secure Meters with a budgeted expenditure of 70 crores and going. And I hope and pray it will help all those who come here to learn something, enjoy it, or just see it for fun. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir, for inspiring us. Thank you for reminding that small changes can make a big difference if we are courageous enough to try.